Let's recap a bit of basic before we advance to the next section. Just quickly, so we have learned the doors, the stars, and the gods. Each of them represent a certain status, certain timing of the party unknown forces. And we also learned the trigrams talking about the environment, whether it's a good or no good. We also learned the 10 different stems, where this is a 甲乙丙丁戊己庚辛壬癸. Jia is the emperor. And we also have the branches. They call it the 子丑寅卯辰巳午未申酉戌亥. Very quickly, then we have the 10 stem plus the 12 branches. We call it the 60 jiazi, which comes out to be in this diagram. So every time, every year, every month, we have all these combinations, whether is it in month, year, hour, whichever. You see, this one you don't have to remember, just take it as a form of reference, that's all. Next, we also have every year there is a specific combination of Chinese character telling us whether it's here red year, ox year, tiger year, or rabbit year, so on and so forth. These are the 5 elements. This is very important. If you're able to manage this, you should be able to make it. If you can't, then you have a challenge. If you notice, all the elements are the same pillars within the boxes. Here is the earth, here is the wood, fire, matter. And the trick of understanding the 5-element combination is this. We try to go clockwise. In terms of producing, we try to go clockwise. So how does this work? Producing, always remember the other party is receiving the energy. Then they will increase the energy. We will be decreasing energy. So always remember, producing, the other party is good. We are no good. So I give you based on energy level, a percentage level, to understand the difference. I produce somebody, the other party, their energy is supposed to be 100%, it increased to 150%. I am 100% because I produce the other party 100% reduced to 80%. So it's just illustration, it's not absolute. So for easy references. Clash, if I clash somebody, the other party from 100% goes down to 20%. The energy loss drastically. But my energy loss is either minimum or there's no impact. Even if I lost some energy, probably I lost about 10% of energy. Is it something like that? Okay. So it's never absolute. So in this case, quickly, this is producing. So the wood over here in 4 and 3 is always producing fire. So fire, if they are being received by the 4 and 3, the 9 is always increasing energy. So you call it clockwise direction. And in this case, the fire goes to 2, 2 increase in energy, 8 also increase in energy. Then we have to produce earth matter. Earth matter produce 2 to 7, or even 8 to 7. All the metals over here in 7 or 6 will increase. And we have the matter produce water. So anything that is clockwise over here from 7 to 6 goes to 1. Water will increase in terms of energy. So that is for water, produce wood. In this case, the 3 and 4, either one of them, depending on case by case, we will increase in energy too. So water will decrease in energy from 100% to 80%. Now we have clash. I want to be consistent in the description. Some people say control, some people say different terminologies. So in order to be consistent, we always use the word clash. So that's to say, if the wood is clashing the earth, imagine there's a wood is a root, they penetrate the earth, then the earth is, become very loosened. So it makes the earth become very loss in energy. This is what we call a clash. So 4 and 3, and if you have a 2 and 8 together, meaning that there's a potential of loss of energy for the Earth themselves. Always remember, we are not supposed to memorize. We are supposed to understand the concept. That's all. Even if you cannot remember, it's okay. Once you understand, you can already. Fire and matter. So imagine a piece of metal, you're being burned by the fire. So the metal become liquid. No more metal. So that's how we say being clash. And metal and wood, this is very easy. Imagine the axe itself, you chop the wood become many, many pieces. Then we have the earth. Imagine there's a dam controlling the water, so which means that the water cannot move at all. So we kind of try to use visualization, pictures to understand the concept when two elements come together. Then we have the water and fire. Just imagine the pail. In front of you, there's a fire. You just throw a bunch of, a pail of water, pop, the fire no more already. So the fire become loss in energy. Now, this is the official method of reading a chart. How to read a chart. The kind of question that we ask, we need to be very specific. Try to be as simple as possible and focus on the positive result. So which means that when we want to ask a question, is it a good idea to go for this thing, positive result? Or sometimes we may ask a negative result. We try not to use that because the more you play around with the positive and negative, it may make you confused also. So we always tend to put towards a positive answer. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of examples. So if this is some of the bad examples, that means some people ask, what's my general health condition? And then I'm out of luck. What can I do to be more lucky? Or what I wish? So all these are very generic questions. At our level now, I will not encourage you to ask this kind of question. It's not that you cannot ask this question. You can ask this question, but your ability and the skill set are not strong enough to answer this. So at this level, at this point, I would prefer you to ask a very specific question, very targeted question, so that there will be no, complication. So example of good question is, can I invest in this project? Will it be a good direction if I'm married to this person? Or for example, should I go to it's option, Western doctor or Chinese TCM to see your health issue? Or will my loan be approved by this bank, etc., etc.? So generally, it looks very positive. It looks very targeted, very focused, result focused. Rather than, sometimes people ask a lot of questions within the chart. And, they can tell me stories after stories. There are people who are, call me and talk to me for 1.5 hours. And then eventually I ask, so what is the question I want to ask about? Then she was telling me, oh, no, I just want to tell you all the stories. Then I can ask the question. You say, come on now, don't waste my time. You see. So in a way that sometimes people they like to tell stories. I can't stop them. So sometimes I also do entertain them. So anyhow, how do we plot a chart? When somebody were to ask a question, third party, anybody, even ourselves, when we want to ask a question, we just remember it, verbally, not say verbally, just recite it in our brain. Okay, should I go for this particular thing? Should I go for this investment? Internally, you tell yourself. Then you plot the chart. You don't plot the chart first and then ask the question. You see, this is called cheating. Because sometimes we want to find a good chart, so we purposely plot the chart and then ask the question. And if we see the chart that's no good, then we don't ask the question. So this is what we call cheating. Whether you are in Australia, in New Zealand, or whether you are in the US, the app itself automatically has been adjusted already. So you don't have to change any time zone, anything. You just reset the button, update the app. Okay, when I say update the app, just to let you know, please update your app for the M achievement, whether you're an Android or Apple user, because recently I discovered that there are some errors in the app itself and they give wrong information. So please update accordingly. Go to the Play Store or Apple Store and go and manually update. Sometimes they don't update automatically. Okay, because once you get the wrong chart, your answer will be wrong. And always remember something. This is when we plot a chart, but we do not have the time to see. Or perhaps you want to ask a question. Something interfere you. Somebody asks you, say, hey, can I help? Can you help me to do this? When you want to think of plotting a chart, there is an external force stopping you to plot a chart, meaning that that chart itself at that moment is not your chart. Or perhaps you want to plot a chart, suddenly you need to go for an urgent meeting. The customer want to see you, meaning that that chart at that moment is still not your chart. So what does the universe tell you? That means you cannot use the chart at all. You have to later on, when you're more available, okay, then you can sit down and plot the chart. And that will be your chart. Ironically, this is always happening. When the energy of the chart does not belong to you, you will not be able to use the chart or even see the chart at all. Something somewhere somehow will interfere your plotting. And there's also another thing I want to always highlight. The chart will give you an answer. When you reach a certain level, you realize that the chart can be so accurate. It can be so scary. I call it scarily accurate. I have many students who gone through that phrase before. And they will do certain tricks. First chart, they see no good. Okay, then we wait. Wait for the next chart. 2 hours later. So one day got 12 chart, every 2 hours change. They'll wait until the good chart comes in. Then they'll base on that final chart to do certain things. That's called cheating. Your first chart is always a final chart. Okay. Another scenario. The chart tells you not to do certain things. But based on emotional, based on your gut feeling, based on you think that you're very good. It doesn't. Then you just don't believe the chart and go against the chart. I have so many students doing that also. So what happened? They failed. A lot of bad things happens. And from there, it happens again and again and again for the same person. That means they always go against the chart. But that's another story. But anyhow, going back to the basic is that for this app itself, the setting, I just want to reconfirm this will be the setting. For either, I think you have not done this one. So please adjust to this current setting if possible. Once you do the setting already, do not change anything on the setting at all.
Typo. Use the typo. Okay.
Yeah, typo. So Sebastian can plot chart first but interpret later. Yes. But once you ask the question already, you plot already, that will be your chart already. This will be all the setting may be a bit different due to the version. But anyhow, when you want to plot a chart, There's no need to adjust anything. If all the zone will be automatically changed regardless, make sure that you are under the typo. Every time it must be a typo. If you're not under typo, then your final output in terms of the chart will be it could be very different. Okay, so every time I have a habit, when I'm on the chart, I always press the reset button first. After that, then I plot the chart. Because I never know that sometimes I may just forget to reset. I may have used it probably 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. I may have used a chart of different timing. You see, so I make a habit. I mean, it's good to have this habit to reset the chart first so that it goes back automatically to your current time and zone. Okay, so here are the specific steps to read the chart. As we already understand, we have gone through quite a fair bit of studies already. Identify the answer, that means look at the hour stamp, identify the subject and ask her if there is useful symbol or useful God. Just like I was saying, the key reference point. Okay, they use important useful symbol and check the relationship between 1, 2, and 3 in terms of the palace to palace element. The palace to palace element will tell us another layer of different story. Special situation, full ink, fan ink. If there's a horse or maybe there's emptiness, all these special things that we have learned before, pay super attention on it. It will give us another bigger picture. And of course, you have to look at it holistically. What do I mean by holistically? We have to take into account of every single information that was given to us. You cannot say that, because of the open door, for example, just now, okay, the open door, all are good. So he will get a job, right? No, not necessary. We have to see the character of the person. We have to see the element clash or whether is it producing or harmony. You know, so many things to see. Then after that, based on all the information that's gathered already, we make a judgment to say yes or no. Or maybe it may not be a yes or no. It could be something else. You see? So the holistic part, usually people, they may not be able to understand. They'll say, this answer is all black color. No good, right? No, not necessarily true. It can be all black color, then it can be very, very good also. I can tell you, it can be. So it's not always the color matters. It's what the symbol matters. So from today onward, from now onwards, I need to upgrade yourself. Don't reference to the color at all now. Don't care about the color. Don't care about the red color or black color. Doesn't really matter. This applies for the answer. And try to learn how to understand each of the symbol meaning. Then you'll be able to see the bigger picture. Doreen asks, Claire, can plot 2 days earlier? What is the purpose of plotting 2 days earlier? Doreen, can you help me to understand?
Because I'm intending to have an interview maybe 2 days later. So I was thinking, can I just plot on that interview dates itself? Like example, maybe I have a interview on maybe Friday, but today is like Tuesday. So it's like 2 days earlier than. So I was thinking if let's say we can plot on the interview itself, that how's the meeting interview going to be like?
You don't have to wait for 2 days later. You can just plot immediately.
I can see 2 days later. Oh, okay.
You can see 2 days later, you can see 2 weeks later, or you can see 2 months later. This is what we call predicting the future.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay. So Yanjun asked, the boxes that are not used in step 1 or 3 are useless. Sorry, I don't understand your question. Yanjun?
I'm sorry. So Normally we use three box, the answer box and the escape box, and some the symbol, the reference point. And then the rest of the box are useless or
If we are not using, then we do not take reference to it. There's no need to see all the boxes at all.
I see.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, now we shall go into the segment of doing a divination for marriage and relationship. This is a very big topic. So that is to say, some people may ask us, oh, I have a relationship issue, I have a marriage issue, my boyfriend or my husband, I suspect that he got something going on outside. Then we can use a divination to use it to see what is the real story behind it. So it's a very, very interesting subject. And as we go along, this subject is going to be a bit more tougher because there is a lot to see, a lot of layers to see. But once you understand the process, it will be very interesting. I have a student who were asked by their colleagues, then he can answer all the questions, whether this person is, having an affair or having, third party out there, the kind of things. So it makes life very, very interesting. So these are the steps. Same thing. You look at the hour stamp. That's the answer. Next part, they call it the useful God. Just now I used the word key reference point. We want to use useful God or key reference point. It's up to you. So based on chart, based on the slide, I use the word useful God. The useful God is called partner. This word partner. When the partner box, that means in the partner itself, in that particular box, there's a few other symbols, right? In the event that there's a horse, what does it mean? It means likelihood the spouse or the parties involved, they have already run away. Horse, run away, that means the person ride on the horse and run away. So it's a kind of indication. Or there's a circle, or there's emptiness, means that this particular relationship, there is a very, very extremely high chance that this party is going to get divorced. Next, we also need to identify who is the subject and the symbols. In every divination for marriage or relationship, there will be two parties involved. One is the man, one is the lady, right? In this case, we need to find where is the man and where is the lady. Depending on who is the person that's asking for. So for example, if the person is asking is a lady, then the lady is the asker, is the subject. Then the other party is going to be the guy. See, so that's a logic. So whoever comes in first. If the asker is the man, then the other party is the lady. So on and so forth. But we need to know what is the represented symbol. If the asker, based on this formula, this 5 different set of formula. If the asker is a E, then the other part, regardless of the gender, if the asker is a E, the other party is a girl. Or if the asker is a Ren, then the other party is a Ting. Or if the party is the asker is a U, then the other person is a Kui. If you notice, there are 2 U. So we need to see who comes first. If the asker is a U, we use this one. If the asker is a Ji, then the other party is a U. So as as long as we follow this formula, we will be able to find where is the other party involved. So this one, you need to remember. There is no way that you can understand. You will need to remember because all these are foreign, very Chinese character. After we identify the person involved, next. Take a look at this plate. Just take note, this is the L shape. Then there's an inverted L shape. They call it a yin and yang plate. But you don't have to worry about whether it's yin or yang. We just notice that this L shape is here, the other is also over here. There's a normal L shape and then there's an inverted L shape. So the logic is this. When we identify the parties involved, Yi and Geng, if the E is located in this orange box, for example, in this E, then if the Geng is also located in any of the orange box over here, that means both parties, they have feelings for one another. On the other hand, if the E is over here, and the E is on the other side of the L shape in any of here, that means both parties do not have feelings for each other anymore. So that means our formula is very simple. Look at where are the people involved, where are the symbols involved, and then put them respectively in the palaces. Where are they located? Are they within the same plate or are they in different plate? When they are in same plate, meaning that they have feelings. But if they have no, they are in different plates, meaning that they do not have any feelings at all. Okay, so far, so good. We have already a few questions already. Okay, Jessica, the ink plate here is the gray stem or the future, past tense, futures. We are talking about the one on top, the top stems. Can the horse means that the party might be a foreigner? No, cannot. Okay, after that, we still have a few more steps. In any relationship or marriage, it's not just about the man and the woman. There are also other parties. That means the third parties. Third party got men and women also, right? So we need to identify who are they, where is the representation. The man is represented by that means the party, man will be represented by a gun, and the third party also represent the pig. So there are two different symbols to represent either one of them. Then the E stand for woman, Ting also stand for woman, but there's a differentiation. E stand for older woman, then the Ting stand for younger woman, the party. So all these are the party. So Geng, Bing, Yi, Ting, all are the party. So how do we see this? Oh, later on, it's going to be very interesting. And then we compare, next time, compare the palace to palace element relationship between the partner and the two other people that's involved. That means the man and the woman. See whether is it in harmony or not harmony. And then we compare all the other palace if necessary, and we see the holistic objective. So if you see, there are so many steps to see, so many other things to see. Okay, we have a few questions. If both parties located in the gray box means both have feelings, or it must be orange box only? It can be in gray box or it can be in orange box. As long as both are in the same, then they have got feelings. Then how to see if the same box? If they are in the same box means good. So if horse or emptiness happen in the couple box, if horse in the couple box means one of the party has already run away. That means the person has packed the bag and then moved out of the house already. Then emptiness means this couple, there is a very high chance they are divorced or they have already divorced. Johnson asks, which symbol indicate young male or old man? Okay. In this case, we do not have a differentiation between young man or old man. But in the woman, we do have. That means the E and thing. Erwin, I've already mentioned this just now already, so I've replied. So you all are more interested in whether is it a young man or old man. Okay, anyhow. We will Erwin, we don't care about the weather is it in your yang tone. The situation is as long as they are within the L shape, they are okay. If they are not in the L shape together, then they have no feelings towards each other. Okay, we should ask a very interesting question. Is divorce here same as two separating people that are not married? Okay, Richard, can you define separating people? I just want to make sure that I get the right information.
Yeah, sure. Two people living together but not being married, and that they leave each other.
The thing about relationship in partner is as long as they sign the papers officially, then they're considered married. If they are not signed the papers, then the divorce, this emptiness does not apply. So it must be official. Once you sign the dot, in officially, then the emptiness will be reflected, will be activated. Okay, then we have another question. What is subject is also geng, bing, yi, or ting, meaning that they are the third party themselves. Yes, it's highly possible, but we cannot be so conclusive. We will have to see the question based on case by case itself. Okay, let's not go too much in theory because it's very, very boring. Let's go into the exact example and I will show you how to really dissect this thing. Okay, you can see these questions. Mother asks if son's marriage is doing well. This is a mother asking about the son. This is a bit trickier. Why? Because this person is not the asker. If the asker is the direct person, then we can use the day stamp as a kind of representation for the asker. But this is talking about the son. So the asker is the Kui, which is the mother. Okay, let me highlight it so that you all can better understanding. This is the mother. Then where's the son? The son is junior, right? So basing on the four pillars, the junior, where's the junior? The junior is the Sing. So in this case, Sing will be the son. Basing on just now what we have learned before, then we have to see where's the Sing. Sing is over here. The wife is in the Bing. So in this case, we have to find where's the Sing first. The Sing is over here in box number 6. This is the son. Next, we want to find where is the wife. Wife is Bing. Bing will be over here. This is the wife. So let's do step by step. Let's not get ourselves confused first. We look at the status of the 6 and the 8. Just look at 6 itself, the sun. The sun is in the status of the death door, darkness, and problem. Is it good? Not that good. Look at the wife. The wife is open door, white tiger, doctor. With empty. Remember what I mentioned about emptiness? When the person is empty, something is wrong. Energy is low. But on the other hand, if I were to describe this person, I look at the sun, the death door, a person that is very stubborn, always full of himself. Darkness. He like to do a lot of secret things behind the back. Problem star, stubborn also. Sing person, mistakes. This is his character. He's a horse person. What does it mean? Meaning that he like to move around. Look at the wife. The wife is an open door person, very liberal, open to new ideas, intelligent because of the doctor, but very scheming. White tiger, fierce person. And if you look at box 6 and box 8, based on the plate just now we see, they are in different places. If I were to draw an illustration, the wife is in this plate. Then the other L shape, the sun is on the other side. So basing on this separation of different plates, I can jolly well conclude that both of them do not have any more feelings already. So that is one information that I can derive. Next, let's look at their marriage. The marriage itself, the symbol, is partner. We look at everything inside this particular box. What does it tell us? There's an emptiness. Emptiness means high possibility of divorce case. Within the partner below, there's a dispute. Dispute means argument, quarrel. It's telling us about everything about the partnership of the marriage. There's a destroyer, means that something is going to be destroyed in the marriage. So both symbols does not give us anything good. It tells us the complete status of the current marriage. That's additional information. Next, we look at something else. We look for other parties that might be involved. So we have we have 4 sets. We need to find where is the Geng and Bing. In this case, we need to look at the top and the bottom. First, Geng is over here. Geng is over here. Next, we need to find the Bing. Then another Bing. Where's the another Bing? Here. E. Most one. Another E over here. Ding. Young woman. There's a hidden one over here, so there's one over here. Ding. And one more over here. Okay, so we have identified where is the Geng, Bing, E, and Ding already. So what does it tell us? Then we reanalyze the whole chart again. Look at where's the 2%. The 2% involve the sun. This is the character of the person, the status of the person. The sun within themselves, there is a Ding and a Bing. So if there's a Bing, means a man. So in this case, for relationship, unless the sun is, interested in men, then that's another story. But we are talking about, direct man and woman situation. So in this situation, we do not look at this context of the thing, the thing itself. We don't refer. So there's a thing. There's a thing beside the sun, together with the sun, which is a thing. That means there is a signal saying that there is a young woman beside the sun. Okay, so that's one indication. Let's look at the wife. The wife is in box number 8. Oh, there's a thing also. There's a man beside. And the man below, there's a U. So I can also conclude that the man that's together with the wife now, we also can say it's a third party, like in a way. The man is a rich man. Okay, because of the money below. Then after analyzing the 6 and 8, the next step we have to see, we go back to the partner. This is the marriage box. The marriage box itself, there's an E. Woman also, there's also another Geng also. Okay, so which means that this Geng is the previous one, past tense. So I can jolly well conclude that there's a possibility that this Geng, which is a man, past tense, past boyfriend, is the same person as this Bing. Both are men. One is past tense, one is present. So which means that the wife that is having now with this guy, this is very high chances that this is her past boyfriend, because there's a girl over here which is past tense below. Anything that's below means past tense. So I can literally say, okay, boyfriend, man, past tense, past boyfriend. Something like that. Okay. So in this situation, the sun has given us an indication that there's a young woman beside. The wife also gives us an indication that there's a man beside, which is a past boyfriend. The marriage also indicates there's a woman and a man involved. So there are 3 different signals saying that there are third parties involved in both of them at the same time. Because they are in different places, then cannot. That means they don't like each other anymore, or they don't love each other anymore. And one more thing, another layer of information. This is the sun, which is matter. I will answer your questions later. This is sun, which is the matter. This is the marriage. The sun is producing the marriage. What does that mean? If anybody were to produce something, means that they're going after it. They want to make sure that things are working well. So the sun is making sure that the marriage is in the right track. He is making an effort on that from this indication. On the other hand, the wife is over here. The wife is a earth and marriage, earth and water. She is clashing the marriage in this situation. That means she is not helping in the marriage. She is creating a lot of problem for the marriage themselves. Okay. So there's this kind of information that we can see from the entire relationship. So how do we answer the mother's question? If the son marriage is doing well or not? How do you think I should answer the question? It's tough to answer, right? Because after going through all these layers of information, it seems that the son's marriage is not doing well. And we also must understand how come the mother is asking me instead of the son. You see, can I assume that the mother and the son current relationship may not be so good? Or the mother has difficulties in communicating with the son? Why the mother is not talking to the son directly, or even to the wife directly? Instead of that, why asking me? You see, so there's a bit of question in this question. A lot of things we need to use logic to analyze. Is it possible that she wants to know, but she don't dare to ask? And what happens if we tell the mother everything about what we saw? Okay, here's the interesting part. As a reader, we do not tell them everything. We cannot tell them everything because the kind of information that we see, we can go so in depth that we can see many colorful things. And such colorful things, it can be very damaging to say. So how do we answer this is we cannot tell them that they have no feelings. We cannot tell them their marriage is gone. We will only tell them the very surface level information, saying that there seems to be some challenges with your son's marriage. It's better, you see, it's better to connect with your son and perhaps ask him how is he, so that your son can share with the mother some information. Or perhaps the son doesn't want to tell the mother. You see, so we purposely give them the very surface layer information that is not doing too well. I do not say that there's going to divorce. I never say that they have no feeling. I'm just getting a very basic information to tell them there's a bit of challenges here and there. That's all.
Douglas, you
Yeah.
see the Liu He, the palace one also have an emptiness,
Yeah.
and the palace number 8 also have an emptiness.
Yeah.
So the probability of them getting to divorce is very high, isn't it?
No. Wait. The emptiness in terms of divorce happens only when there's a partner.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. If the emptiness happens to be on the person, that does not mean that the person will get divorced. So
I see.
only when it's a partner. But having said that, we also have to be very diplomatic. Having
Mhm.
emptiness does not equate to 100% divorce. So it's going to be a higher chance that this couple will get divorced. Higher chance only, not absolute.
Maybe
Because
in this case, I mean, in this case, can you tell them maybe they have to go to some, like go back to honeymoon and or go for therapies, something like that to make it back?
Okay, interesting question. Why you say that is
Huh? Because
very
there's still a chance. It's just a third party
wait,
involved,
wait.
isn't it?
How do you know there's still a chance?
No, I'm just, intuitive. If
Intuitive.
intuitive means they are third party. So to resolve third party, one of the way is to reconcile back.
Okay.
Yes, intuitive.
Okay. So here's the challenge now. There are 3 layers of challenge. First is they have no feelings toward each other.
Mhm.
So are they able to come together?
Tough,
Tough,
very little
right?
chance.
Second is the wife already got a third party or the past boyfriend. Are you going to tell the wife saying that, hey, let go of your current boyfriend, come back to your husband? So it
No.
involves the wife, it involves the other party also. So there'll be another 2 party involved. And then the third is the son. The son also got got a thing already. He got a third party young woman.
I have a
So
question.
But the asker is the mom. You
No,
see, in this case, the
no,
asker is the
I'm
mom.
talking about, yes, but whether the son cat willing to. So now we have 4 parties involved, excluding the mama. There are 4 parties involved. Have to say yes, Isn't it?
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but the wife is in box 8 and Earth giving birth to metal. Does it mean the wife still have feelings is in giving birth situation to the husband, right? So does it mean they still have hope or still have feelings, even though
Yeah,
they are
there are some feelings, still got some feelings. That means he's also trying to please the husband, but of course behind the scene there's the party involved.
so
So
will
in
he
a relationship can be very complicated. You know what I mean? In the front you can be very loving, but behind the scene it can be another different story altogether.
okay. So we also need to it's not wrong also to say that the wife is giving birth situation to the husband, so he's also still has feelings now. So that's also partially
Okay,
correct.
producing doesn't mean got feelings. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So what does it mean if so it's still giving energy to or time to the husband in that case? Can we
A wife can do the job of a house, isn't it? That means make sure that everything is okay. Let's say if they have children, they can make sure that all well, you can cook for it, everything. But can I say that feelings are a different story altogether?
Oh, so it's so specific. So it's feelings and duties are two separate.
Ah, you can do your job as a husband, but you can have no feeling with the wife, right? You can bring money on the table and put food on the table, but you can not love your wife, right? Something like that, you
Wow,
know.
very complicated. It's so complicated.
That's why relationship is very complicated.
Yeah. And
So
then
one thing, the Yi and Geng, Bing and Xing is all, but why is it so special that Wu is with Gui and then Ji is with Wu?
Depending on who comes first, who is the asker. That's the formula. Lah. I
That's the
cannot
formula.
explain why is it like that.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, sorry, I need to go back to the question. Yiling and Nico asked, use hour for sun. Yes, use hour for sun because it is the lower level. Europe, okay, Jessica asked, Europe has a D factor couple ratio that credit and parent couple too with legal asset. Even if they don't sign paper, I guess that's which is about. In this context, we were talking about man and woman. They need to sign the document. If they don't sign the document, this thing does not apply. That means they are still talking about a normal relationship. So there's no divorce involved if there's emptiness in the partner. Okay, Rita asked, bisexual, could it be means the son is having an affair with a married woman? By possible, it depends on the country and the culture. It's possible, but I don't want to go too deep into that. Whether or not it's a married woman, yes, it is in the married woman. And Rachel asked, the position of the ping on the top is bottom. Ping. Makes any difference? The position of a stem, if it's at the top, means the current. If it's the bottom, means it's the past tense, ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend. Okay, can you, Elaine asks, can you explain where to see the man is rich? In the box number 8, the pink is the man over here. Why I say this is a rich person? Because there's a U stand for money. So money and man, so I will relate them to be a rich man. Okay, producing is supporting in this example. Depends, Dr. Picho producing. Yes, in this case, depending on box number 8 is producing 6. If you're looking at that. Okay, Pamela asks if in this case the asker is the mother, how do we know who comes first? So in this situation, when the mother is the day stamp, then because of remember the 4 pillars, is asking about the son. So the son is the junior. So the junior, then we look at the sing. If it's a senior, then we look at something else. So remember, there's a junior, there's an asker, there's the same rank, and then the year stamp is the senior. So in this case, basing on the status of the mother compared to the son, son is junior compared to the mother. So in this case, we need to go to the sing as a representation for the son. So we need to have a bit of basic on the whatever we learned previously. Yeah, Rachel, you still raising your hand?
Yeah. I just missed that part. Can you explain again the relationship for this Yi and Geng inside Liu He? What does it actually mean? I know that Geng, you say it could be like an ex-boyfriend of the wife. How about the Yi? Yi is the older woman, but in six is Ting is a younger woman.
So there's a few possibility. One possibility is this thing and the E could be the same person.
But married woman, maybe, is it?
Maybe. Or it could be an older woman.
But Ting is
Or
a younger
yes.
woman.
We need to be a bit more flexible. Let's say if this person, this son, is only attached to one person, that means he got only one outside parties, then we will take it that this could be a thing or could be the E or a combination of both. That means we lump them together. But on the other hand, there's also another possibility is that this son, they have a thing outside. They also have another woman outside, older woman. That we got two or more.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So if happen the Yi and Ting in the same box of in six, that means it's quite confirmed that he has multiple women, is it?
We can at least say they got one woman. 90% they got one woman there.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. But just to let you all know first, after this lesson, later when your husband or your wife, then you go and plot, then you see there's a thing of geng inside the person or the partner. Don't immediately say that the other party got the affair of towards another person. This is there are people like that, so don't do that. But anyhow, so Pam asks is if the sun is Wu, then do we look at Wu and Kui or Ji and Wu? Okay, if the sun is a Wu person, then we go directly to this Wu and Kui. We use the one over here. If it's a Ji, then it will be the Wu. We will not use the Wu over here as a representation. Okay, any questions for this question? I hope this is interesting for you or complicated enough and fun enough.
One question. So if the thing is box number 5 goes to box number 2, and sometimes if it appears on the top and there's another thing on the opposite box, so which one do we take reference to read?
In this case, the thing is over here in the bottom. There's only one thing over here, another thing over here. There's no more already. Remember that in your chart, there's also something called the gray. There's one gray color, right? There's a gray thing. Do not look at all the gray color one. We look at the black one. So in every chart, there'll be only 2 similar stamps in every symbol. There'll be 2 Ting, 2 Kui, 2 Geng, 2 Ren, so on and so forth, but located in different palettes.
So I came across.
There will not be 3 Ting at all. Once you see the 3 Ting, there will be one thing that's a gray color one. Ignore them.
Okay. So let's say, example, if the thing is on top and it's also in the opposite box of 8, also on top. So is that possibly such will happen?
Nope. every stem there's a top and a bottom. There is no situation whereby both of them are on the top, both of them are at the bottom. It will never happen.
There will only be two, and either one will be on top and one is on the bottom.
Yes, it's always the case. If you look at the chart, you plot any chart, it's always like this.
So if for academic purpose, if going ahead, now we are practicing, so we will, we will plot the chart to ask about relationship on our friends just for practice purpose. So the asker will always be they. What happens? So if it's a friend or someone junior, how do we know which box? Okay, look.
Okay, we are still in the beginning of this topic. As we go along, we will have multiple case study, and we will go very deep into it to see different kind of scenario. But more important is, how do you understand the 4 pillars? Whether is it who is the asker, who is the junior, who is the senior, or who is the same level? Once you understand that formula, you should be able to see where is the person already. But not to worry, we'll give more example in the next lesson so that we have very, very deep coverage of this topic. Okay?
Thank you so much.
But don't, at this point of time, don't look for your spouse or your girlfriend, boyfriend, or yourself, because you have not really know the depth first. Because it may create a lot of misunderstanding. If suddenly the chart tells you, your boyfriend got another girlfriend, then you immediately say, why you have girlfriend outside?
Douglas, can I just confirm one more round? Just now you were saying we only look at the black and the red, the gray, just ignore it. Is it right?
Yeah, don't care about the gray color.
Gray, just ignore, yeah? Okay.
Okay, Richard asks, can we use this to look at love with relationship in general or only case of official marriage? We can also look at in terms of general relationship to see whether are they in good harmony, all these things. Full in chart, if there's a full in chart, okay, it means that this relationship is going to be, long, painful, and draggy. Isn't it? Direct translation, very painful. This, which means that this particular relationship is not going to be very happy relationship. Or if there's a funny situation, there's a very interesting situation where this relationship is going to be flip-flopping here and there. Sometimes you love them, sometimes you don't love them. So it's very, very unstable. Okay. Any questions? No? Okay, if that's the case, I shall end this recording and section, and we will cover more in depth in the next lesson, still on the marriage sector. And then it'll be a very interesting journey.